It is really hard to hear the bees over the birds, but there's bees all over the blueberry bushes, and that makes me very happy. I'm out here checking the fence line for deer hoof prints, and I'm not seeing anything, so I'm very pleased. Fencing is working good so far. My golden delicious apple is budding. I was afraid it was dead. Okay, so that means I got to get out here and build a better cage for it to keep the deer out of it. That makes me really happy to see my asparagus coming up. Not all of it's coming up, but there is some, so that's a win as far as I'm concerned. And my next project that I'm going to get done today is I bought some apple scions, and this is an apple base that has grown up. So I'm going to go get my scions that I ordered a month ago, and we're going to get them grafted onto this tree. I did a graft last year and they didn't take. So we're going to try it again this year. Maybe I'll get lucky. The first thing I'm going to do is trim up some of the lower branches off of this tree. This tree was originally an apple tree, but the deer destroyed it and the rootstock grew up. It has a little berry that grows on it, almost like a cherry, but I have no clue what that is either. Last year, I got the idea in my head that I could probably do some grafting onto this rootstock. So I ordered some scions and decided to give it a try. All three of them looked like they were going to take, but then one by one, they died, and finally the last one fell off. I have always wanted my own apples so that I could make apple butter, apple pie, apple cider vinegar, apple cider, or simply walk outside and pull an apple off the tree and eat it. My late husband's grandmother used to make a little hand pie, and the filling she always used apples. He absolutely loved them, and I had to agree they were absolutely delicious. And I was hoping that one day we could make our own from our own apples. I think I'm going to use this one for my first graft. So I'm going to do an Aubrey Ranch Red. Let's see if I can do this. This is my first time. This is the first time using this particular tool. It's a grafting tool. The last time, or the first time, I just used a knife, and I don't think I did it right. Okay. This tool makes a cut on the scion and the rootstock branch that fits together like a little puzzle piece. The theory is that it makes a tighter or a better match for better grafting. So we shall see how this works. It does seem to hold the plants together better. It's actually a pretty tight fit. I bought a grafting kit. It came with a grafting tool. It also came with grafting tape. It came with a green colored one and a clear one. And it's more like a cling wrap than an actual tape. I start out by pulling off little pieces and wrapping it around my new grafting area, but later on in the video I actually just grab the whole tape itself and wrap it around. It was actually much easier, and by the third one it went pretty quickly. This first one felt like it took forever, but eventually I got into a good rhythm and it went pretty quickly after that. I almost sped up this recording, this clip itself, but the birds in the background were so pretty that I just couldn't do it. And I'm standing out here doing the voiceover on this, and you can hear the birds on it too. They're just so chirpy and happy. I'm now going to go ahead and rip off a piece of the clear tape and apply it to the grafting site. As a little girl of 6 years old, I'm reminded of the time that we lived in Tennessee. My stepfather was in the Navy and he was stationed at Millington for 4 years. We lived in Navy housing those first 2 years, but then moved to a little town called Gilt Edge. We lived in a 4-room house that sat on a bluff that was about a half a mile from the Mississippi River. It was here that I had my first and only horse. His name was Stony, and I remember being told that he was half quarter horse and half mule. He was a gentle, loving animal, and I remember as a child coming home on the bus, he would always greet us at the end of his corral and was always happy to see us. It broke my heart when we moved and we had to leave him behind. I remember being at a babysitter's house one day, and me and my brother were outside, and she had several small apple trees with little green apples on them. Me and my brother sat there and stuffed ourselves with apples until we were sick to our stomach. You'd think after that I'd hate apples, but I don't. I still love them. And can't wait to have apples of my own. As you can see, I have no clue what I'm doing, but I got a black gillyflower, a suntan, a red cameo, Pacific gold, and an Albury red ranch. I'm going to say that makes it official. Spring is here. The irises are in bloom. I want to do a real quick shout out to all things Beautiful Homestead with Cary and Mindy. Cary just put out a video for grafting using almost the same tools that I just used with my apple trees, but he did his with citrus. Cary has chickens, quails, hydroponics, and a greenhouse. So go check him out. He has a lot of good information. Tell him that I sent you.
Okay. All right. And then this will fit on here like that. That looks pretty good. I like the way it looks, the way it fits.
Silly dog. I'm really glad that I decided to do some more scions. It's something that I need to learn to do, and I'll keep on doing it until I finally get it right. noisy chickens. After that, I went down and I did some work on the fence line. We ordered some new fencing today, so I want the fence line to be ready for the new fencing on the outside when it comes in. So I've had a pretty busy day, and now I want to see if I can get my chickens to go to bed. And then I'm going to go in and make some dinner because I'm tired. So you guys, you have a great day. You are such a pretty boy.